Howdy gamers, Laughenstein here, and I am back from vacation. Before I went on vacation, I recorded how long it took to spend 2 million blood points, and I tested it out on a fresh Prestige 0 Wesker. Behavior did a great job by reducing the cost of blood wed items by about 33%, but unfortunately spending 2 million blood points takes about, well, let's see how long it takes. There are two things that I think Behavior can do to the blood web to improve the overall quality of life of Dead by Daylight. Number 1. Remove all of the bloat with offerings. There are approximately 77 offerings excluding event and legacy items in Dead by Daylight between both Killer and Survivor. Some of the items are shared between Survivor and Killer. And personally, I think that every add-on and offering should be unique. There are currently 24 offerings that will affect the scoring event in a match of Dead by Daylight, a 50%, a 75%, and a 100%. These offerings are to Altruism, Boldness, Objective, and Survival for Survivor, or Deviousness, Brutality, Hunter, and Sacrifice for Killer. That is way too many items. There are also 6 other blood point items, such as Streamers, Cakes, Puddings, and Envelopes, 4 offerings that affect Mist, 6 that affect Luck, map offerings galore. There's 17 map offerings active in Dead by Daylight, excluding all the ones that are Legacy, 2 Hatch, 3 wards, 4 shrouds, 3 mories, 4 oaks, and 4 chests. I would propose changes to just reduce some of the bloat. So the first change would be only make one add-on for Mist, and we can just get rid of the other 3. Either make Mist darker or don't. People don't use Mist at all anyway, or at least I don't encounter it too often, so let's just get rid of it. 1 offering to affect luck. Just make one good luck offering. We don't need a 2%, a 4%, a 6%, and 8% for everybody. Just make one good luck offering that affects everybody. It doesn't really affect the game that drastically unless all 4 people are running Vigo's Salty Lips. And even then, it's for a self-unhooking meme build. I mean, if I'm wrong, let me know. Let me know if any of you guys use luck offerings frequently and see a significant impact of it. There's currently 4 offerings to affect the distance on hooks, but we can just make it 2. Make 1 to make hooks closer and the for Killer, and then the survivors can have 1 to make hooks further apart. Currently for chests, there are 4 chest offerings. We can just make 2 offerings for chests. Just get rid of some of the bloat. Just make it a plus or minus a significant number for either side to a minimum and up to a maximum. Currently there's 3 Mori offerings. I know that Moris are slotted to be changed anyway, but we can get rid of at least the Cypress Mori, which is Mori the last survivor in a match. But I think we can at least get rid of the Cypress Mori because it's basically just a much worse Ivory Mori. Let's just get rid of that and just make it Mori 1 survivor, or you can Mori all the survivors. So like I was saying earlier, currently there are 30 blood point offering items between envelopes, bonuses to single categories, and survivor puddings, streamers, and cakes. Oh, as well as, and the hollow shell as well. What I would say is remove the 75% bonus and just have the 50% and 100% bonuses to a single category, and keep the 100% bonuses as well. Just remove the sealed envelope and the hollow shells, so that will get rid of the 25% bonus to all categories, but you can keep the bound envelope so survivors can still bring a 25% bonus to all other survivors. This will reduce the number from 30 to 20. There's 2 hatch offerings. These are both unique. Spawned by the main building, spawned by the Killer Shack. I would keep those. They're both unique. 17 map offerings. These are all also unique. I'll ask the YouTube community, do you guys have any suggestions for how we can consolidate map offerings to be either more specific or just stop clogging up the blood web as much? Or maybe we can remove them entirely, which I am completely for. There's also the Sacrificial Ward, the White Ward, and the Black Ward. These are all unique. If anything, I would say we can get rid of the Sacrificial Ward, but it does serve a purpose. There are 4 Shrouds, which are all unique as well. I mean, they're interesting. They can affect gameplay. I'm not opposed to just letting them stay. Alright, cool. So after we go through all those items, afterwards, this will be 54 offerings that would be remaining after an initial 77, which would mean this is a reduction of 30% to blood web bloat. So this way, people that are playing the game and spending their blood points are at least getting worthwhile items and not just clicking on random crap that doesn't really serve a purpose. Something similar could also be done to add-ons. Remove all of the tiered add-ons where the same effect is being done at varying degrees, such as like Shadow Dance on the Wraith or all the different types of notes on the Doctors. Just make good add-ons and not different tiers of add-ons. Make a single good version of those add-ons for Killer. We could also remove just bad add-ons, but that would be an entirely different video. Now what we must do is automate the blood point spending process somehow. After we remove all the tiered add-ons and the useless offerings, we just need to implement some type of blood point spending system that is based on priorities, meaning that if you are a survivor, you can prioritize items like flashlights, medkits, and toolboxes. For killers, you could prioritize specific add-ons that you like using, like maybe purple ones, pink ones. I think it might be too difficult to request the specific add-on, but I wanted to post something that's accessible right now. Now, theoretically, you would still be getting every single add-on and item and offering that's possible, but you would just have more of the specific type that you specified. This way, you wouldn't be missing out on certain items, but you would just save time spending, and you would get more of what you want. My other proposal would be quick spending, which is just spend all of the blood points that I have. I have enough items of everything. I just want to prestige my character. So there would be no prioritization. You're just, hey, I have 2 million blood points, spend 2 million blood points. A third proposition, this is a much more radical idea, and this would only exist in a world where balance has been achieved in Dead by Daylight, but a blood point shop where you just buy the things that you want. But this is not really realistic. I think this is just living in a world where this would be just completely ideal. Now, my fourth proposal would be remove the entity taking items and just make blood webs based on RNG, meaning that here are all the things that you can purchase on this blood web. These are all the things that you get. Basically, it would be a loot box system. You can re-roll maybe once if you don't like what you would be getting, but it's just like make 50,000 blood point boxes or whatever. There's just, the entity doesn't take items, you just get things, and you can re-roll every box that you purchase if you don't like the items that you get. The blood web just really doesn't offer me personally a type of exciting interaction, and I would be okay with seeing it gone. Alright, so let's stop the timer. Okay, it looks like we finished spending all of our blood points. It looks like a single prestige is about 10 minutes of spending BP. But after some calculations, it looks like it's about 16 hours of in-game time to prestige one character to level 100. Hypothetically, if you had the BP to level up every single character to level 100, it would take about 992 hours. Okay, so since there are 33 survivors in Dead by Daylight, prestiging every single survivor to prestige 3 at 10 minutes of prestige level, so that's 30 minutes, times 33 survivors, it would take about 16.5 hours. And the same thing with killers, there's 29 killers, 30 minutes to prestige 3, it would take about 14.5 hours. That's a total of 31 hours just spending blood points. Sure, you can spend blood points during your downtime, but I think that we should just either make it simpler or just more engaging. It's easily the most boring and least engaging part of the game, and I just think we can just do better. Or at least we can take less time. Tell me what your ideas are for improving the blood point spending system and just the overall grind in Dead by Daylight. I think they've done a lot of great changes, and I'm excited to see what else they do to improve the game. If you've enjoyed this video and you'd like the discussion, be sure to like the video and subscribe to the channel for more Dead by Daylight and other asymmetrical and horror content. And I'll see you in the next video.